Let's start by making the ice cream. I warm the soy milk with the oatmeal until it begins to simmer, and then I let it rest for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, I blend the mixture. Then I add the hazelnut chocolate spread. So this one is homemade, but you can find easily some good vegan hazelnut and chocolate spreads in the stores. We've put some links in description. And then I blend the mixture again. And that's it, it's ready. I pour the ice cream mix into the Ninja Creamy Paint, and when it has cooled down, I store it in the freezer for at least 24 hours. Next day, I lock the paint in the appliance and I use the gelato program. This is not yet the texture I want, so I'm going to blend it again using the respin program. This time I'm getting a beautiful texture and the ice cream is really delicious. I recommend to serve it with a few roasted and chopped hazelnuts. But remember, today we have another project with this ice cream. For the ice cream rocher, I start by roasting the hazelnuts for 12 to 15 minutes in an oven set to 150 Celsius degrees. I want to get a beautiful golden color, but I don't want them burnt. They must be crunchy and full of flavor. I get rid of most of the small skins by rubbing them in a clean cloth. I select some of the most beautiful hazelnuts for the center of the rocher. I pour some hazelnut and chocolate spread into a piping bag with a small tip. This time I am using the vegan nocciolata spread because I ran off of my homemade one, and this brand is a very good option. I fill the silicone mold with ice cream. It's a delicate step because you have to wait until the ice cream has the right consistency to be able to spread it, but you have to do it relatively quickly so it doesn't melt. Then I'm using a hot small spoon and I dig some cavities in the ice cream. For this I simply use a glass of hot water in which I soak the spoon for a few seconds. It only works with a metal spoon, of course. I then pipe a little of hazelnut and chocolate spread in each hole, and also I am placing one hazelnut on half of them. I return them to the freezer so they can harden, and then I will be able to unmold them. While I will work on the Glaçage Rocher, I chop the roasted hazelnuts and I weigh out the necessary amount for the recipe. I like to remove the powder and only keep the small pieces. Then I melt the chocolate, so use a good chocolate, because to make a good rocher you need a good chocolate. Personally, I like very much Valrhona chocolate. When the chocolate is melted, then you can add half of the oil and delicately incorporate it by mixing with the spatula. When it's well integrated, then you can add the second part of the oil. I am using a small chocolate melting pot to do this, but you can totally do all this with a simple water bath. It happens that I love to make chocolates at home and it's a very practical small appliance to have, but for this recipe you don't need it. Now I am adding the hazelnuts in the chocolate. Ice cream has hardened and can easily be removed from the mold. I am using gloves and I will stick one half sphere to another one, making sure that each rocher contains a hazelnut. Next time I will make this recipe, I will add the spread and the hazelnut at this stage only, not before. It will be easier to assemble the balls. But I did manage. Now I dip each ball in the chocolate, and when it's fully covered, I drop them on a baking sheet. The chocolate will quickly solidify. Depending on the temperature you have at home, I recommend that you return the rocher for a little while in the freezer before testing, so that the ice cream has the right consistency. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. It's not difficult, just a few steps to follow, and I promise you that you will spread happiness around you. See you next week!